Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent and praiseworthy, think about such things. In the heart of a bustling city, there stood a museum unlike any other, an enchanted place where every surface, from the walls to the floor, even the ceiling and doors, was composed of gleaming mirrors. It was a mesmerizing world of reflections and illusions, where visitors could lose themselves in a sea of images. One sunny afternoon, a curious dog full of boundless energy and wonder happened upon this unique museum. With a wagging tail and eyes gleaming with curiosity, the dog ventured inside, unknowingly stepping into a realm of endless reflections. As soon as the dog entered, he was greeted by a sight that bewildered and enthralled him all at once. The mirrors threw back his image from every conceivable angle, creating an army of canine companions that surrounded him in a dazzling display of symmetry. From the top to bottom, side to side, there were dogs everywhere. The real dog, awestruck and surprised, frozen in the middle of the hall, his gaze darting from one reflection to another. He bared his teeth, and so did the reflections. He barked, and the reflections barked back. The chorus of barks filled with air, echoing in a harmonious cacophony that made it seem as if an entire pack of dogs had descended upon the museum. Horrified and increasingly agitated, the dog barked even more feverishly, but to his astonishment, his reflections followed suit, each mirror image mirroring his frenzied state. The museum hall was alive with the clamor of barking, the sound bouncing off the mirrors, creating a deafening symphony that reverberated through the museum's halls. The dog, now in a state of panic, dashed from side to side, desperately trying to escape the relentless reflections that pursued him relentlessly. His own frantic movements only intensified the chaos as his reflections multiplied and seemed to close on him from all directions. As the hours passed, the dog's futile struggle continued into the night, and his energy waned. The museum, that had once been a place of fascination, had become a labyrinth of confusion and exhaustion. In the airy glow of museum's light, the dog's frantic barking gave way to weary whimpers until eventually he lay down, surrounded by thousands of lifeless reflections. The next morning, when the museum's security guard arrived to their daily duties, they were met with a heart-wrenching sight: a lifeless dog encircled by countless reflections of his lifeless form. There was no visual harm done to the dog. He had passed away in a relentless battle with his own reflections. The story of the dog and the Enchanted Museum serves as a poignant reminder of a profound truth. The world around us is a reflection of our own thoughts, feelings, desires, and actions. It is, in essence, a vast mirror that mirrors our innermost selves. The story highlights the power of our own perceptions and how they shape the reality we experience. In a world that often appears chaotic and unpredictable, it reminds us that we have the ability to influence our surroundings through our thoughts and actions. It encourages us to strive for goodness, kindness, and positive intentions, for in doing so, we can transform the reflections we encounter into something beautiful and harmonious. So, let us be mindful of the world around us, and let us do good, for the world is indeed a reflection of the goodness we bring to it. In our thoughts, our actions, and our interactions, we have the power to shape a world that is a reflection of the best within us. The story of the dog in the Museum of Mirrors imparts several biblical lessons that align with Christian teachings. Just as the dog's perception of reflection in the mirrors influenced its behavior and ultimately its fate, the Bible teaches that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. Proverbs 23 verse 7 emphasizes, "As he thinketh in his heart, so is he." It underscores the importance of maintaining positive and virtuous thoughts. The story highlights how judgments and perceptions can be reflected back onto us. In Matthew 7 verse 1 and 2, Jesus teaches about the reciprocity of judgment, emphasizing the need of humanity and non-judgmental attitudes towards others. Philippians 4 verse 8 encourages believers to focus their thoughts on virtuous and positive things. This aligns with the story's lesson that our thoughts and perceptions can impact our experience and surroundings. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12 draws a parallel between our limited earthly understanding akin to a reflection in a mirror and the complete understanding that will come in the future. It resonates with the story's theme of how our perception can be limited and distorted. The story illustrates the importance of taking action based on one's beliefs and perceptions. James 1 verse 22 to 24 emphasizes the need to not only hear the word but also to act upon it. It aligns with the story's message about consequences of one's action and perception. The story indirectly touches on the concept of self-reflection and the potential for self-deception. It encourages individuals to examine their thoughts, perceptions, and actions to ensure they align with their values and beliefs. In summary, the story of the dog and the Museum of Mirrors teaches biblical lessons about power of perception, the importance of non-judgmental attitudes, the impact of thoughts on reality, the limitations of earthly understanding, the significance of faith in action, and the need of self-reflection and self-awareness. These lessons are rooted in Christian values and offer guidance for leading a life of faith, humanity, and mindfulness.